Are you dumb? Are you stupid? The wheels fall off?
That's what's funny. I'm hearing about Chubbs, and I'm like, I heard about Chubbs and I'm like, this nigga not even talking about the situation. Cause I know for a fact he was out here like, nah, like he was keeping quiet about the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden it's like, Chubbs handled that nigga.
Yeah,
I was like, damn. I was like, nah, he can't be talking about that.
Yeah, he was going crazy.
See, that's why I like Roadman Drake.
Roadman Drake. Hey, we are back up in this thing, man. Hold up, man. There better not be no such thing as rust. Yeah, there's no rust over here. I've been thinking.
You're now live in the mix with your DJ. You're now live in the mix.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I'm feeling good, man. Hold up, man. New year, new everything. I need a different vibe.
We early, but we here though.
Yeah, you already know the sound.
Early, but we here though.
Oh yeah, let me get the neck crack, baby. Get your popcorn ready. We get yeah, baby, we getting right. We getting right. Let's get it, baby.
Let's get it.
Hey! Yep.
Yo, I said it on my script. I'm gonna say it on my head right now. Baby King 2020. Watch out for that nigga.
I bought stock.
I was just listening to Frank's freestyle.
That shit tough. That shit tough.
Yep.
Yo, I'm telling you, what for Carter putting me on this nigga? The nigga Carter got wings and speaking about this nigga every day, like in 2018, 2019 type shit. Yeah, that's the only reason why I found out about him in the first place.
Yeah, I think I came across this project initially and when it came out over the summer. And I ain't gonna front, Drake refreshed my memory because he named Baby King's project as like one of the 2 best albums of the year.
I seen his name before, but I just never cared.
Oh, no, I peeped.
It was one of the people, but then I went back because of Drake.
Yeah, I was like, oh, snap.
Because I had his, I think that Options track on one of my earlier playlists for the 7 series. That was like the one before I buy from my bitch project. That shit is fire too.
Time to switch it up. Way back Saturdays. Time to take it back. Wait till you hear this. I had a thought in my head yesterday. I was like, I need to hear that real again. I need to hear that real again. I need to hear that real again. Wait, Johnny, you ain't heard nothing yet. Hold on. Shorty. Hey! You know who's spitting right now. Yep. Bring it back! Bring it back!
He brought it back, yo. I did this.
Yeah, I had to bring. Side note, I went on SoundCloud and I was like, yo, Shorts, please tell me you have this record. And I was tight because I couldn't find it and I saw a whole bunch of Uber everywheres. And I was like, come on, let me like type it again. And this came up and I was like, let's go! And I skipped right to Will's verse. I was like, I need to hear this, bro. And then he's like, guess what? Blast! This is the best right here.
Okay.
Let's go!
The Fargo.
2020, the 4-side mixtape coming soon. Will's got the intro down. It is lit.
Oh shit.
That was me in my Kanye bag. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't like it. It was written for me.
What?
I thought though.
I mean, I came up with the concept, like the ideas, what I wanted to say, and then put it together for me.
Skirt.
I should talk.
I know you bringing nerves. I know you getting them books, so I don't mind the curve. I know Will said that and he thought he was Wayne in 09. Like, I don't mind
You
the
wanna know
curve.
what's crazy when I was doing that? Because y'all know like how I talk is like so like. So while I'm trying to rap, I'm doing it in like my regular talking voice, and they're like, "Nah, it sounds boring, man. It just sounds like you're talking. Like, put some energy into it." They're like, "What would Wayne do? Act like you Wayne in the booth. Act like you Wayne in the booth." I'm like, "Yo, I was like, yo, I don't know, I need something to drink. I need some water.
I'm parched.
I was like, give me a shot of something. So I took like 2 shots.
I'm uninspired and I'm parched.
I took like 2 shots and it was like, yeah, now act like Wayne. So then
I'm telling you, I knew.
Then I just put it on like a Wayne bag. I started like yelling and screaming.
Cause I don't mind the girl. But man, since I got a new development in my life, let me.
Oh, that's my thing right here.
You know what I'm saying? I need to, cause
Roadman
you know,
boys.
Roadman Flack.
Roadman AK over here too.
Man's hit road.
You know?
Man's hit road all day. Don't talk to me, dog. Cheese. Don't cheese me, dog.
Don't talk to me if you're not on ends, dog.
Yeah. Men's go through in the Acura real low at night, dog.
Like I need them peas, dog. Don't talk to me.
Hey, man.
What about them peas over here?
Listen.
I don't cop things for resale,
Don't do email.
Emails.
Just wanna top up, man, and wild, man.
Like Chubbs in detail.
This nigga was really talking reckless.
And it's a snow one. Breezy.
I just denied that shit for so long too. This is the funny thing. He's like, the whole details. He was like, nah, he couldn't respond nothing. Like, yeah, you know, Chubbs. Out of detail, you know that.
You see. No, we got a good episode in store for you. Good way to kick off the year, man. Had to switch it up, play 3 records instead of that 2. Had to do what we do. He's bumpy. Folks, what's going on? Welcome to a new episode of the 4 Side Podcast. This your boy Arden talking to you.
Yeah, and it's your boy Wills.
And this A to the Kizzo.
A to the Kizzo. About to get busy every day because we do a thing. It is Saturday, January 4th, 2020. Happy New Year to you and yours. We hope you guys brought it in style, and we hope you guys brought it in a very safe manner. As always, check us out on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. Check out our writing. 2 new articles by us came out this week on medium.com/@4sidewrites. Follow us on social media, of course, @4sidepod. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for streaming, regardless of your status as a first-time, multi-time, or last-time listener. Fellas, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. We are back.
Yes, sir.
What's up? What's up? How did everybody bring in the new year? Was there a lot of reflection as you ended this decade?
Man, I put down in the New Year's to sleep on the fucking couch. I was out. I was out, fam. I had a long week. I won't hold you. I mean, good news first. Let me get the news out the way. Niggas finesse that fall semester. You know, came out here.
That's right.
I had a. This is math, so I don't give a shit about that. I definitely feel in that math class. Finesse that shit in the final test, brought that shit up to a C. We out here.
Yeah, that's why you play the fourth quarter.
Yeah, C's been degrees, you know.
That's why you play the fourth quarter.
But definitely feeling this other class too. But you know what happened though? Brought it up. Got a whole A in that bitch. We out here. So you know, fall semester done with. That's the good news. Pretty much, this winter semester is coming up. Which honestly, because of that shit, I've actually been busy.
Yeah.
Because doing work for that upcoming semester in the winter. And after this winter semester is over, I got the spring, and that's my final joint. So niggas gonna be out of this shit soon.
Facts.
God willing, you know. Then niggas have problems with my car on some shit. Got that shit fixed.
Okay.
A lot of bread though. This is annoying as fuck. But aside, like, that's all. You know, things been good. I don't normally do like a New Year's resolution type shit.
Yeah.
Never do. But I think this is the first year where I kind of like actually wrote down like all my goals for the new year type shit. Okay. I think simply because like this is my year. This is my 23rd year, you know.
Yeah, man.
It gotta be the Jordan year.
The Jordan year, the LeBron year.
Yeah, you know, I gotta step up a little bit, you feel me? And like it's one of those things is like at this point it's like, you know, I gotta change my mentality for certain shit already. Even with the podcast shit, like I'm a lot more focused now on like, yo, let me be on point with my shit now. Like,
Thank you.
You know, cause like,
thank you.
Cause the school shit was getting in the way of it a little bit. It's like now that I know I'm about to be out of here soon anyway. At least now I can like divert some of that energy here. So it's like, you know.
But prioritize though. That's smart. Seriously, you know, that's smart.
Of course. But now it's just like this time, like, you know what? It's, like I said, it's Jordan year. I can't slack.
Can't, bro.
You know, niggas need to get this money. So niggas need to get this job soon. You really know. But I like again, you know, I set up my goals already. I'm focused now. I know what I gotta do. I'm trying to aim towards that shit. So this is really my first year. It's like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do the New Year's resolution shit. Let's see how it ends.
Yeah.
So let's try.
23 at midnight. Wonder what's next for me. Longevity. Wonder how long they check for me.
No lie. I'm still trying to figure it out. My birthday is next Saturday. It's next Friday.
Really? Oh
yeah.
snap!
So I'm still trying to figure out like what bar am I gonna use.
Damn, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember my
man.
24th. I'm trying to get that number. What I say? What's son? When you say I'm trying to get that Jordan, I'm trying to get that the number.
Jordan, one over Jordan.
Yeah. I used that for my 24th. I forgot what I used for my 23rd.
I'm still figuring out. I know there's a whole bunch of 23 like bars. I gotta figure out what I'm
23. Honestly, bro, like 4 passes to Wills. There's something about being 23 that is like, I don't know, like it just hits different when you're 23. Because the thing is, like even when you're in your 20s, different parts of your 20s really affect your view on things. Because like when you're in your early 20s, when you're like 20 to 23, like you look at the world and you just go like, oh, I got time. Like I'm still young. And then 24 to 26 is like, you start getting a little more sense of urgency. It's like, yo, I really gotta go. Then 27, 29 is like, yo, I really gotta make this work. Like 30's right there.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, for real.
I think I'm feeling that sense of urgency right now because it's just like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I really.
Because you're about to enter that stage. And 23 is a great year. I mean, I would say 23, my 23rd year definitely has a strong case for being arguably my best year. I think creatively, like personally, like getting into like my first ever relationship, and you just have so much growth in each area and things like that. So you about to hit a key part of your life where it's like, all right, you about to like enter your prime of sorts. Yeah. Like you finally about to get out of like the young homie stage, like the young dude stage, like the baby stage. Like it's like you a young man now.
And then when you hit 25, you're gonna be called the old head. So,
so you
gotta enjoy these last 2 years.
Facts, bro.
When you hit the 25, niggas is gonna hit you at the happy birthday. You an old head now.
Yeah, bro.
I can't wait for that too. I'm like,
what? That's me.
OG, nigga.
That's me looking at 30. I'm like, yo, that 30 burger
like,
fire. Like, I'm trying to get that 30 burger. I'm trying to be Steph real quick. Let me what's up? Let me get that. Wills, what about you, good brother?
My New Year's was it was cool. I brought it in with a few of my friends. We went out to like some little lounge, but I think it was just like some dudes that like rented a spot in some nice building and just threw a party, because when I got there, it was out of Hennessy, and I don't know who does that.
Yeah, that's insane.
So upset.
I'm not the biggest drinker, but I know that's like, you can't do that.
It was cool. Brought it in. FaceTime my family at 12.
Nice.
You know, like my daughter and stuff. Yeah, just chilling. And it's crazy because I don't really do resolutions either. And we had to. That's why I was looking at you like, wow. Like I actually like wrote down goals for like this year, especially because you on your 23rd, that's big. So I'm going to my Curry. I'm about to hit 30. Yeah. So it's like this whole 29, I was panicking. Like I was just like, yo, what am I doing with my life? Like I gotta do better and shit. I got other people like, you're still young, you got time. I'm like, y'all was telling me that when I was panicking at 25.
That's the fight, though.
And then now I'm 30 and I'm still panicking or whatever. And
that's the fight.
And now I have a daughter, and it's just like, oh man. So
I was like, go time shit right now.
So now I'm like in grind mode. Like I might have. I don't want to jinx it, so I don't want to say it, but I might have some good news probably by the end of this month or the beginning of next month. Or whatever, so I want to pray on that. It's gonna be bringing in a bigger bag, and if that happens, then I'm lit, and then I could like with the podcast shit, we gonna be lit because I can invest more and shit. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's really it. And I'm trying to just check off these goals. I have a certain amount of goals like I gotta hit before I actually do turn 30 in like 4 months. So. That's what I'm working on, bro.
Yeah, that's like it's so crazy. That's like the conundrum with age. Especially like in your 20s, because folks will be like, well, you're getting older, but it's like, also you're so young. And it's like, I get it, like, and folks be tweeting like, well, Jay-Z and them didn't hit till they get to this point.
I hate when people say that shit.
But I'm like, look, Chief, I'm not Jay-Z.
I
don't got a reasonable doubt in the tuck.
certain rappers and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but they were doing this, and then now they're 30 and they've been in the game for like 7 years and shit. So I'm
And
like,
you know, for a fact, they was on some shit. Was like, damn, I gotta quit now. Type
yesterday I watched the whole Source Awards from the year 2000. It was on YouTube. And I think Dr. Dre and Ice Cube, they got like a Lifetime Achievement Award in the year 2000.
Yeah, that's
and
insane.
I'm like, yo, this is 20 years ago, and they was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. And then I'm like, but they was in the game since the early 90s or whatever. And Ice Cube said something like, yo, don't think I'm old because I'm getting this award. I'm only 31.
It's crazy.
Like, wow.
And that speaks to them because they were, I think, in it since like 18, 19 because of NWA type stuff.
Yeah, no, that's another thing too. Like, I didn't growing up because like I can't speak for y'all obviously because I wasn't around that time and I'm a little younger than y'all. But I mean, growing up, I was 16 years old. Chief Keef blowing up at 16.
Yeah.
Feel me? We got Joey Badass blowing up at like 15. You know, we got a whole bunch of like these young ass niggas coming up and blowing up, and I'm in the same age as these guys, and I'm like, damn, y'all telling me I got Jay-Z and dudes this shit is dirty, my nigga. I got niggas out here doing this shit.
That's the downside to your generation, like the 23 and under, like it, and that's why like your generation's so effed up in the head because it's like so many things contribute to like the anxiety your generation has, just how y'all look at the world because. Just amongst a lot of things, you guys look at your peers and see like, yo, your peers are like suddenly getting famous and got money or doing this, that, and third, and it's flashed all across social media.
Take like social media really serious. I learned. I don't know about you personally, but like your like age group or whatever from like 23 to like
23
like 18
and under,
to like 23, 4.
Yeah,
y'all take like social media like real serious. I'm like, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. This all of that too, and I know for me personally, like these last couple weeks, I was just like in like reflective mode, like because it wasn't even just about like looking back at the year. Like I look back at this year, and it was like a really good year all across the board. So I was definitely proud of that. But it was like more so reflecting, and this what really like changed my thinking entering the new decade. You know, the 2020s, because I was like, damn, like I entered the 2010s as like a 16-year-old young man. And I'm leaving as a 26-year-old. Well, I entered the 2010s. Let me correct that. As a 16-year-old boy, like I'm leaving as a 26-year-old young man, and I'm thinking, like 2020 is God willing. If I'm still here at the end of it, I'll be like a 36-year-old grown man. So it's like looking at that. It's like that perspective of knowing again, like we've been talking about, like yo, I gotta get things going even more now to the next level because it's like another level now, like, and it's also just having like that heart to heart, like, will like 16-year-old me be proud of me right now, like knowing everything, like for real, let's be honest, like
that's crazy. I was gonna do like a recap of the decade because I seen people doing it, but then I was like, I'm not gonna do it, and I was just like looking at pictures from like 2010 up until now, and I was like, did I change? Because everybody always say I look the same, and I'm like, no, my features changed a little. Then I'm like, have I been doing better? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I actually have been doing better since I was like 20, because I used to be like panicking, and people always be like, nah, but you're doing good. I'm like, nah, but I'm not where I want to be. But like I realized, I'm like, I actually am doing better, and I like matured a lot over these years.
Oh, for sure.
And that was like big for me. I don't know. I like that. I was like, yeah.
I realized, I was like, yeah, I could be proud. I'm proud of myself. Like I'm championing myself. Like, I'm very excited.
Yourself some flowers.
Yeah, like, you know, you got to. So, you know, as I made my last diary entry of the decade, walking through New York City, it was everything I envisioned too. I was happily talking to my audio diary, walking through the streets. Folks thought I was on the phone. Nope, I was talking to my diary. Just like we had the last.
I forgot about that diary. We gonna find it when my son passed away.
Yep.
God forbid.
Go AD December 31st, 2019. I'm walking down Broadway past 85th. But yeah, like I was saying, life. Yeah, you know. But yeah, it was really good. And plus, my New Year's was brought in nicely. My girl and I spent Christmas together, so she flew back home to Atlanta to be with family and friends for the New Year's. So, she had a good time. So for me, I was like, I went to like our favorite spot in the city, had a great dinner, that bar hopped a little bit, enjoyed myself, and then came back to White Plains just in time to see the ball drop, and then I took my ass home. But yeah, again, Happy New Year to everybody. To start the show, the first one of the 2020s, who would have thought French Montana versus 50 Cent would be high on the bill? Well, it is. I still don't know how this originated.
Boy, you a dinosaur.
Yep. 50 Cent buying what French accused him of. He bought the rights to 6ix9ine's life story.
For real?
I think that's what he said.
I think it's one of the...
Yeah, that's what he said on the Instagram.
He said something like, I thought he was saying you wrote like...
No, I don't know if he bought it, but I know him and I think, what's his name? Academics are about to do something.
Yeah, about 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Because Complex is already doing something about 6ix9ine.
Everybody said that could be a movie. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm kind of like on French's side with this whole like beef thing. French is my dude forever. Yeah. But I don't get what that's not bad. Like he's 50, he's gonna make a movie or some shit about it. Like everybody's saying like, yo, this shit could be a movie. Like
it could be.
And everybody's gonna watch it anyway. So
you know, I think French tried to flip it like that. And just to give more,
he tried to say snitches run with snitches. Like,
yeah, because this is like a throwback for like folks 17 years ago, 18 years ago when 50 and Ja were going at it. One of Ja Rule's biggest points against 50 was like, yo, bro, you're like a snitch. Because apparently after the whole little fight out of the studio where 50 was stabbed, they were saying paperwork was out there about 50, asking for like, protective custody or something against the dude that stabbed him. I can't believe that was like 17, 18 years ago. But like, yeah, like that was what, I think that's kind of the thing that was like a mark on 50 in terms of like folks looking at him like, yo, like you allegedly snitch. Yeah. But I don't have much commentary on it because it was just weird. And I just seen it on Instagram maybe a couple nights ago. And first y'all battling over cars. Then y'all battling over snitching. I don't know what's going on. But hey.
It started because basically French just got a new Bugatti.
Yeah, I know about that.
And he posted it or whatever. And 50 trolling. Posted something being in the hospital, like, oh, y'all making me sick. I guess because French's car is like 2 years old. I think it's like 2018 or something. Yeah. And 50 got like the newest like Bugatti, basically, and was like trying to say like, oh, you spending money on old shit, Wow. Then they like start finding out each other's like payment plans or whatever. French is telling him like, bro, you don't even buy these cars. You just you get them, you bring them home from the dealership, and you bring them right back. You owe them money and stuff like that. Then 50's like, bro, you owe on this 2018 Bugatti. You're gonna be paying it off to 2025 . Like bro, they's going in like this nigga French called him a dinosaur. So you wear jean shorts and shit like that. Like
jean shorts is kind of crazy,
bro. Yeah,
like, he do be in a John Cena flow.
Yeah,
but it's like still going. Like I'm looking at shit like
I'm like, what is the whole point of that? I just didn't get it. I was like,
now they're talking about they're into streams.
There was a thread that came out.
French Montana got caught massively faking streams.
There was a
50
thread.
Posted that.
Yeah.
How did he get caught faking streams?
I don't know.
Because I know.
French posted on IGTV explaining, but I didn't watch it.
I watched it. I think I have an idea. If like the Chris Brown shit, how Chris Brown be telling his fans to do that.
Yeah,
like that type of shit.
No, it wasn't even that. Like, sorry to cut y'all off. There was a thread that I saw. Let me find the thread. I'll multitask here.
I was about to say, if it's the putting an old song on the tape, like everybody.
It wasn't even that.
Shit. I'm thinking if it's a shit where Chris Brown's like, oh yeah, if you want to stream my shit, just like play it on loop, whatever. Go to sleep. I'm thinking it's that shit too, and I'm like,
hold up. In the midst of all of these World War III jokes that I have in my bookmarks, let me see if I can find the thread. But yeah, because somebody was talking about how there's a particular record French that came out with. Yeah, I think it was the joint with Post Malone and Cardi that honestly has been flopping. So what folks have been saying was their accounts on Spotify and stuff were being hacked to the point where folks where it was being hacked and that record kept being played from their account even when they were logging out. And he was also doing, him or his label, both possibly, were also doing the same thing to get the algorithms and the numbers up for the YouTube to try to spike it up, because that record came out, it flopped massively, and then suddenly it's like popping back up again. And folks were alleging. I gotta find the thread.
Yeah.
I gotta find the thread. But somebody did
That's
put
all
together.
label. That's all label right there.
Yeah, but somebody did put together like a pretty detailed thread. So that's what it came to the streams. And there was somebody in the comments saying,
that's French's label too. He's not Atlantic either. Right?
yeah, I don't think it's Atlantic. You can check. But I think also
Epic.
Epic.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody was also saying how in the comments, and 50 had replied back to them. Somebody was like, "Oh, French better pay back the $2 million that he owes Miss Debbie or something." And then 50 was like,
Yeah.
French owe money, like odd emoji.
Yeah, I think Debbie tried because French wanted out of his contract with Dev because everybody had left. Like she managed Nicki, even Flocka.
Was that Waka Flocka's mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they all left, like even Flocka, and he was like the only person like still with her.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was nothing like personal, but like I think he had just signed a new deal. I think that's when he first started like messing with Diddy.
Yeah.
And he kind of like wanted to change up his whole management thing, and he was like letting her know. And I think he got out the deal or whatever. Then I think like he said a year later or something, she like sued him for something.
Yeah.
So he's going to court for that. And he's like, it's not even no hard feelings. Like he still loved Deb, but he was like, shit just be funny. Like certain
Like,
shit
the
just
money
be
just
funny.
was-
Yeah. He's like, people just be funny. You can't really trust everybody. And he was like, you think shit is good, but it's not really good. They be in their feelings. And I don't know. But
I don't know, man.
That's all I got on it.
Yeah. I can't. This whole situation is messy. Like
I can't even find a damn thread.
I'm on French's side on this shit.
I got way too many World War III jokes.
yeah, me
Free.
too. This shit is.
All right. Somebody tweet that. All right, let me see if this is the article. French Montana has been accused of using hacked Spotify accounts to boost his streams. All right, let me see.
Accuse Epic of that shit. Accuse Epic.
All right, looks
that's
like
a label move right there.
all right, hold up. Looks like a Twitter detective may have just caught French Montana red-handed.
Twitter detective.
That's fair. Back in September, French released what he thought would turn out to be a hit single and Writing on the Wall featuring Post Malone and Cardi B. However, it wasn't until very recently that the song has seen success on streaming services, or more specifically Spotify. Thanks to some deep digging by yada yada yada, it's become clear that the cause for this spike in streams is fraudulent. Check out the thread. And then somebody was talking about how the song was released on September 27, 2019, and it wasn't very popular despite having two popular rappers featured on it. It charted for 5 weeks and left the top 200 on Spotify, then re-entered 3 weeks later, and even reached a new peak on Spotify US today, and this is where it gets weird. Apparently, the reason why it's charting again is because it's currently popular on TikTok. Then why is it only rising on Spotify? I mean, when you look at the picks, the difference between Spotify and Apple Music is astounding. Currently, number 21 on Spotify, it rose up 27 spots, but on Apple Music, it was ranked 1,192 because it dropped 105 spots. And then the last point would be, in general, when it comes to, I guess, the global music, the Spotify music and stuff, after it had originally peaked, it went weeks without being charted before it entered again. So that was the whole thing about the streams and stuff. But either way, I don't really have much to say. Y'all continue doing y'all thing. Y'all keep that to Instagram and all that stuff, and I'll holla at y'all when I holla at y'all. That's all I got. But
I just want to say this. I
yes.
gotta look it up because I just remember something. A couple labels got deals with Spotify about certain shit, right? I remember it's one of these labels. I know we said this nigga signed to Epic, right?
Yeah.
Epic signed to Sony. Sony got a deal with Spotify. So
okay.
I'm not
Detective AK.
So I'm just saying, I any of this shit that has to do with like numbers, streams, I don't particularly give that shit to the fucking artist. That's always to me. It's like that's a label move. They're the ones that really gotta make sure that they're the ones that gotta care about the numbers. Yeah. I mean, the artists do too, but like it's on them really. So I always feel that's like a label move right there. Anytime you're talking about fucking brand new streams, extra shit like that. But that's all I gotta say.
What's a stream anyway? No. What is a stream anyway?
1,000 plays only for like 1 cent or less than 1 cent. But
y'all artists is getting robbed out there for the streams. God bless y'all though.
Gotta make a union, fam.
Shout out. I know it's gonna sound like a diss, but hey, shout out to all of y'all with y'all Spotify end of the year wrap up stats. Just keep building.
French was really signed to Maybach Music.
Oh yeah, I think I'm management though.
French been signed to God knows how many people. He's been tied up to how many people. He's.
That's crazy. I was watching a Stay Scheming video yesterday, and I was like, French was Maybach, but I'm like maybe by affiliation.
I think by affiliation and management. I remember like when he did run roster, that what's it called again? That press release shit. He was talking about signing Maybach O. I mean, I call that nigga Omarion and Maybach O still. When he signed Omarion, I think French is one of the names. He's like, yeah, I signed French like a new management deal. Like he stole Bad Boy, but he goes with Maybach. That type of shit.
Yeah, French was those were weird times for French. Weird times. But did you guys read the article I shared with you guys yesterday, or at least to an extent?
Yeah, I did. It's
I read
too, cause I read it when it came out.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah, I read it. But some of them I wasn't like. I just skipped through.
Yeah, but
I like skimmed through some of it.
I mean, plus I'm an old nigga. Not old. I'm a young nigga, so a lot of these. It's an old nigga. I'm a young nigga.
Shit,
so
nigga, I'm an old nigga, but some of these niggas
I don't know.
like Big L. Like I fuck with Big L, but like I never really checked for him. Like,
no, I feel Big L. It's not even the artist. It's the basketball.
Oh, the basketball. Player.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at them bias. I'm like, I gotta be honest, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how y'all. Cause I'm like,
bias.
damn. I like. For me, it was perfect. I'm like, I know all these players.
You
a
sports nigga. I was about to send this to my boy DJ because I know he would have been like, oh yeah. They're on point.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm telling you, like the one that really made sense to me the most, honestly, was the J Electronica. Greg
Yeah,
shit.
you wanna know what's crazy? I looked at that. I was like, yo, that one was perfect.
That was perfect.
It may look alike.
That's a fact.
To give some context to the listeners, so ASAP Rocky, no, I don't think it was ASAP Rocky. Grant Hill, if you guys remember, Grant Hill played at the NBA in the 90s, was a really good player.
That was a good comparison.
Injuries salvaged his career, but he managed to still play what was like a decade-long career, Phoenix, et cetera. But in the 90s, when he was healthy, he was like a mix between Jordan, Pippen, and with a little hint of LeBron. Like, that's how good he was back in those Detroit days. Oh, yeah. And he was saving Feli. That tells you all you need to know.
Oh, the niggas was fucking with him, yeah.
But the reason why Grant Hill was suddenly trending is because this 8-month-old article from DJ Booth's website reappeared in which it said the 15 most disappointing legacies in rap and their NBA counterparts ranked. So pretty much comparing the 15 most disappointing rappers to their NBA counterparts who could be considered the same. I'll give you all 15. So number 15, Joel Santana is Sean Kemp. Number 14, Corrupt is Rasheed Wallace. Number 13, Cameron is Tracy McGrady.
I'm okay with that.
Number 12, Fabulous is Chris Webber. Number 11, Nicki Minaj is Dwight Howard. Number 10, Big Pun is Larry Johnson. Shout out to LJ. Number 9, Mace is Penny Hardaway. 8, Lauryn Hill is Derrick Rose. 7, Cannabis is Derek Coleman. Number 6, Snoop Dogg is Bill Walton. ASAP Rocky is Grant Hill. Lupe Fiasco is Vince Carter. The DOC is David Thompson. J Electronica is Greg Oden. And Big L is Len Bias. Now, of course, I'll be honest. When I first read the headline and I was seeing other tweets, my opinion was starting to be shaky because I'm like, oh, what is this? This sounds like a travesty. What is going on? and then I actually read the article, and I have to give some credit to DJ Booth and really the person who wrote this. Let me see if I can get their name here. Brad Callis. If I mispronounce your last name, oh well. But Brad, I got to give you credit. For the most part, this is a good article. Mm-hmm. Good article. You definitely have your reasons. And I would say these comparisons weren't necessarily the craziest. Especially because of certain points. And I think that's the whole thing too. With whether it was like a Cameron to Joel to Fabulous or whoever else, I think because of the fact that we know they've been around for so long, we kind of may think oh, what you mean? They're disappointing. They've been around for 15, 20 years. But to Brad's credit, when you think about the highs that these guys had and the fact that it was damn, that was your only high, or maybe you didn't really have a high, but you just been around for so long, that's when it goes, okay, I can see where you're coming from. I personally wouldn't have used the word disappointing because there's nothing disappointing about being relevant and being able to have a career for 15 to 20 years. Yeah. I wouldn't have used the word disappointing. That's just my honest opinion.
I agree with you. I just want to say, for a couple of them niggas there, we got to be honest, some of them is disappointing. I mean, at least for one. I don't want to say their names.
Might as well.
You might as well. I'm thinking Cannabis for one.
Oh, for
They're
sure.
definitely disappointing. You know what I mean? That's
sure.
definitely disappointing.
Yeah.
For
The
sure.
electronica, that's definitely disappointing.
Absolutely.
So like, I think the thing is when we use the word disappointing, you automatically think it's like a negative connotation. Yeah, but I think
the only thing I didn't agree with was, I agree with Mace being Penny Hardaway, but then when it says like top 5 MC of his era, then it goes top 25 MC ever. I don't think Mace is like top 25 ever.
Well, he was talking about the ceiling, like what Mace could have been.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's what he was putting it under.
Those was like confusing me.
The ceiling is talking about what they could have been. Like same thing with like Penny Hardaway, like top 5 point guard ever. I mean, if he would have stayed healthy, if he would have stayed healthy,
his ceiling, he could have been top 30 player.
Yeah, Penny definitely could have been a top 5 point guard ever. Like,
because you want to know what's crazy? When you first sent the article, I didn't even realize it said disappointing. Yeah. I just went scrolling. I saw it was comparisons, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is lit!" And I just was like, looking at the comparisons. I didn't even peep at the top. It said disappointing. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I think for me, the one I hated the most, I think was the Lupe Vince Carter comparison. In the sense that when they were like, Lupe didn't simply. I'm quoting here like Vince. Lupe Fiasco simply didn't want to be great, which honestly I think is bullshit. I think with Lupe's situation, it was more behind the scenes and label shit. Like,
facts.
If it wasn't for all that stuff, and then I think he got blacklisted because he said that Obama shit. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for all that shit, I think we have a completely different situation with Lupe. So I think that Vince Carter comparison was kind of the one where I was like,
I felt that was disrespectful to Vince.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't disrespect Vince. I'm like,
companies are Vince wanted to be great.
Yeah, like
you know
Vince.
what I mean?
Vince was great, and he played in technically 4 decades now.
He played pretty well for
Vince's career is solidified. Like, there's nothing disappointing about Vince. To be a Vince Carter player, there's nothing disappointing about that at all.
Like, he has his legacy already. He has so this is one of those things that's just like, you know what, you kind of probably put somebody better for this one. I don't think Lupe is like. I would never consider Lupe a disappointing rapper. And even when he saw like his ceiling, like top 20 MC ever. I know a lot of niggas that would argue that he is top 20 ever.
Yeah, a lot of dudes will go strictly off the ability. A lot of folks off the pen alone. Off the pen alone, they'll go say that.
So it was like,
The most accurate one to me was really the
Jay Electronica one, right?
Jay Electronica. Yeah. I thought Lauryn Hill being D Rose was a really good one. In terms of just like that magnificent force at like the beginning of like one's career.
And then
the one I'm fighting though, because it's rubbing me the wrong way, even though I could understand where he was coming from, was the Nicki Minaj being like,
that's
crazy. I was waiting because that's what I'm on. I was like, yo, I had to read I seen it and then I was like, wait, let me go back.
Yeah,
I seen that shit. I was like, later.
I was fighting that because it was like. I was like, nah. I was like, I don't know. Like, I could see, because here's the thing about Nicki, and that's kind of the thing about Nicki that, like, puts her legacy in a little bit of jeopardy. Don't kill me, Barbs, but, like, it's the fact that she came on so hot, but it's also a matter of, what she did after that, was that mainly carried because of what she did at the beginning? Or we really looking at what she did after that and saying, oh, she really was building and doing what she was doing after. And that's why I can see why he go, oh, she's Dwight Howard. Because Dwight Howard was like in the same boat. Like, Dwight Howard been in the league now for like goddamn 15 to 16 years. The first half of his career, incredible. Like, he was a legitimate NBA superstar, took the Magic to the finals. He was all of that. And then you look at what happened after his career where he wasn't at the same level. So I was kind of fighting that because I'm like...
He got those gay allegations.
Yeah, he had a bunch of stuff. Injuries.
Nicki being on drugs, they saying.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, damn, like, do we really... And plus, also look at it as, like, the ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. He's absolutely right when it came to Dwight. Top 5 center ever. That's what he could have been. But Nicki's ceiling was never going to be the best MC of her era.
I mean, she's best female MC, yeah.
But he didn't put best female MC. He said best MC of her era.
What's her era? Was like 2010 to what? Like now?
Yeah, let's say that. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah, really, this last decade was her era.
It was her era, yeah.
I'm like,
I can't say best MC ever, but I'll say like top.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't say top 10. Yeah. He said best MC of her era, like. Because he included the part about Monster. He was like, oh, you know, after witnessing the rookie rapstress run circles around hip hop's GOAT, the then best rapper alive and a top 5 MC with first seen stealing verse on Monster, the ceiling on Nicki's potential was completely removed. Everything was on the table. All right, now he put best female MC ever, but best rapper alive, top 10 MC dead or alive.
No, keep it 100 though. I would.
Was that ever her ceiling?
Nah.
I would say I think her.
But she's dumb. Like I won't get. I say she's dumb nice, but
yeah.
Nah.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Best rapper alive. Nah.
Best rapper alive now.
There's Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The best rapper alive now. But if you talk about top 10 MC dead or alive, I honestly felt at the time, yeah. I had that belief in her, honestly. But
And even then, that's gonna be a fight if we had to put down like. If you said
I think what her problem was I think the shit she did like so like okay, this is her first album, all right, decent, good debut, right? Then is when she came after that shit with the bullshit Starships, and then now you add Starships, then you have her like like her antics in between all that shit.
That's what
her up,
and that's what kind of made me fall back off of her because you know like I'm Young Money to the death of me, so I was rocking with Nicki heavy, but then when she started doing all like Starships or whatever, like I got it, but I was just like, yeah, I'm good off of this though. Yeah. Like y'all could have this. Like I wasn't even listening no more. But
because she did OD with Starships, like that was different.
But,
you know what I mean?
Did she hit it?
She's dumb nice though. Like I'm not gonna front. I actually watched her. Yesterday I was watching like live performances. Yo, Drake is really like that nigga when he performed. Sidebar. But I was watching Nicki's. Summer Jam joint when Drake came out and then Wayne, and like I was just like, and she was doing mad like songs before they even came out, and I was just like, yo, she's bodying these joints, like she got bars.
Like, no lie, I think she's one of those people that like later on like, I think I'm not comparing her to Fat Joe, but I'm saying like how Fat Joe, this nigga got like a hit in every fucking. He legitimately Fat Joe legitimately got like at least one hit.
And each decade,
every year,
yeah, facts.
Since he's been out, you feel me?
Better, yeah.
Like, Nicki's one of them. I see Nicki being one of those people that can dead just tour off her old joints. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And she'll be straight. I always think she'll be straight. Like she's already solidified herself in hip hop. Honestly, I do think that hasn't reached the ceiling potential, which is like top 10 that are alive. But I think you can make a case where like she's top 30, top 50. You know, if you want to do some shit like that.
Yeah, I think the ceiling. It's the same thing too with really before we wrap up and talk about DaBaby. The same thing about A$AP Rocky being Grant Hill, like, because again he said Rocky's ceiling, best MC of his era, top 25 MC era. Grant Hill ceiling, and that's the thing too. Like, bro, if your player ceilings are gonna be right, your rapper ceilings have to be right. Grant Hill ceiling was top 5 small forward ever, top 20 player ever. That is a fact. But Rocky was never meant to be best MC. Do you know who came out in this era as well, bro? Like, what do you mean?
He came out during the block era, so there's a lot of niggas that came out around that time.
Yeah, like...
But he wasn't the best MC of his era, nah.
Yeah, because what was it? Because what he said...
The Grant Hill one was one that's like, I feel there's somebody else other than Grant Hill. But I think the main reason why this even popped up in the first place again is all because of what Joe said.
With the fashion enjoying and stuff?
Yeah, like he's a hip-hop icon, but not like a hip-hop music star. Yeah. And I get it. He's an icon in hip-hop, yes.
Yeah,
like
he's a cultural figure.
He's a cultural figure, yeah.
The A$AP Collective is a cultural figure.
Yeah.
But Joe was wrong about the whole album being overlooked because people wasn't checking. Like, that album was overlooked because it dead ass got caught in the Drake pusher. Like, that literally was a fact.
But people that they hear it too at the same time also didn't like it like that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of both.
True. Yeah. But it's still a matter of like folks were checking or were intending to check, and then this mega beef came up. And everybody got distracted. Yeah, like we'll get back to it if we could. But this paragraph about A$AP though is exactly why I wasn't rolling with it. Granted, A$AP Rocky doesn't have a legitimate excuse for failing to live up to his potential. This is after he talks about Grant Hill, obviously with the injuries. But Rocky, like Hill, was the full package. While Drake was the sensitive rapper and Kendrick tapped into the lyrical niche, Rocky touched both sides and operated as the medium. If anything, he was poised to be the Jay-Z of his era. Let me finish. A rapper with commercial potential and technical sensibilities.
Okay.
When was this ever supposed to occur?
I don't know.
No,
I did not see Jay-Z when I heard "I'll be that pretty mother."
No, I'm about to say that.
Drip was what I'm wearing. I never heard that.
It was never Jay-Z. It was never Jay. It was never
And
Jay.
then I don't even get the whole like being in the middle because I don't see him making like he made girl songs, but
He
not.
made girl songs. He didn't make
Yeah,
girl songs.
I felt like
the way
ASAP was
Drake
just
did.
in his own lane.
What he said was disrespectful to Drake and Kendrick. Like when Rocky came out, like Drake wasn't full-time sensitive and Kendrick wasn't full-time lyrical. Both of them dudes were crossovering constantly by that time. Because
I got to think about it. Aside when Rocky came out, I'm trying to think. Kendrick did not have a lot of like.
No, of course, like he didn't have the rate at now.
Drake did.
But like Kendrick, like even on like a Good Kid, Mad City, he had like a variety of records within that lane. Like I remember Swimming Pools, I remember Poetic Justice, I remember
I don't know if ADHD counts as a girl song.
What was that record? All my life I want money and power, respect. Yeah, like he had like mad records like that to me diversified Good Kid, Mad City. So I didn't look at him as just being the lyrical dude, just like, and because when did Rocky come out? What we say, what, 2012?
Nah,
2011?
2010, 2011.
2010, 2011?
Yeah.
Like, even if we go in 2010, 2011, like, all right.
I go 11, 12.
Yeah, 11, 12. Like, yes, that was Take Care Drake, but Drake had other records out around that time that was the opposite of that. And that was when him and Ross was cooking up a bunch of heat. And then, yeah, Kendrick had Good Kid, Mad City, so I wasn't rolling with this ASAP joint at all.
I don't know, man. I gotta, at least, I think this is one of those things that's like a generation thing.
Yeah. Gianni, was ASAP Rocky ever supposed to be the medium between Drake and Kendrick, or was he ever supposed to be the Jay-Z of his era?
I just looked at him as somebody doing something different. I never held him as
That's what I
something
said.
new.
Yeah, that's what I said. ASAP just had his own lane. I think like he was just like trying
was
to
he
start
ever the
something.
full package?
No.
Oh,
I don't know. I would say this.
He had a lane.
He had a lane. Yeah, he definitely wasn't like the Jay-Z type nigga. They got it wrong with that one. But I will say that when he came out, the lane and the movement that he started was on some different shit. I will say that. And I will say that I think like nigga, he had the song for the woman. That was just true. He had songs for niggas. But the way he did it, he didn't do how Drake did it. Where Drake, back then, it was on some like, oh, I'm giving you the brand new, the best I ever had, like the R&B shit. Yeah. Rocky was still doing it like how, kind of like Cam rapping, Hey Ma type shit.
Yeah.
It was like that for the females. It wasn't on some, let me sing to you, like type shit. It was never like that. Yeah. And even when it comes to like,
they should have compared him to Cameron instead.
Yeah, like nigga was never like on some crazy lyrical shit either. But you know he can spit.
And speaking of Cameron, before as we move on, I don't think Cameron's a disappointment either.
I don't know, but yeah, that's another one. That's another one. I was like,
yeah, I don't think he's a disappointment at all. But hey, that's neither here.
I think that had a good comparison. But I don't think he's
like again, T-Mac's career to me is not a disappointment. Like he's in the Hall of Fame. Like,
exactly.
T-Mac's prime is still remembered vividly by a lot of people.
Exactly.
But again, that's neither here or there. Quick point: DaBaby has been running into some legal trouble as of late. The latest was I think a couple nights ago when he was yesterday he was arrested in Miami on a battery charge. It started Thursday night because apparently DaBaby and his crew was arguing with a music promoter. The promoter's supposed to pay him $30,000 for a performance at his venue. $80,000.
Yeah, but he's supposed to only pay them like I think $20,000. Yeah, he's supposed to pay him like a certain amount of money before. Then after, they only paid him like $20,000-$30,000.
Oh, I got it right. The man told the police, I guess to the promoter, told the police he gave DaBaby, real name Jonathan Kirk, gave Kirk $30,000, but when the rapper counted it, he claimed it was $10,000 short. So he was supposed to get $40,000. Okay. And after the money and the demand, allegedly Kirk punched the man who was with the music promoter. The promoter told police he fled to his hotel room out of fear for his safety. The man who was punched told investigators that one of the men with Kirk took his cell phone, a bank card, and $80 in cash. So a further point was that apparently the dude got apple juice or whatever thrown on him. True story. That was a part of the article as well. But besides being arrested in Miami, it came out that DaBaby also had a warrant for him in Texas. So I think it's gonna be expedited to Texas. And DaBaby recently had that recent detain
in North Carolina.
in North Carolina and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So this is in general just talking about DaBaby's latest strings of run-ins with the authorities. And all I have to say with this being a quick topic is just it's a very troubling time for rappers when they get to that point of fame. Like when you just starting to get big and you're at the point where just because you're getting big, it's not like automatically all the money comes to you. You can just switch it up. You gotta do these club runs and get the 30 to 40,000. You gotta tour. You gotta hit the road. You gotta this, that, and the third. And it's often during those times where rappers do get caught up, whether it's their fault or not. That's when you suddenly start seeing like, yo, this guy ran into the law, or this is when he gets in a fight with so and so. Because of all of these opportunities for you to be in these shady environments, because you gotta get the 30, 40, 50,000. Like you're not at a point where the Drake, Kennys, and Coles could literally go on a tour and make $500,000 for a show, and after that tour run could just chill for the next year or two because they got the tour money and they got the business money. Things like that happen. So it wasn't a surprise to me to see that, because that literally was my first thought. It was like, yo, these dudes go into these positions where they got to run into the shady promoters that are leaving them 10 to 15,000 short, and these guys coming from where they come.
Promoters.
Yeah. And poor Pastor Wills, when they come from where they come from, it ain't just gonna be, oh, okay, I'll take my 30,000 and move on. Hey, this is still the majority of the money. It's like, nah, bro, like,
yeah, like I feel like he like DaBaby, you could tell by his personality, he don't want to feel disrespected. And at that point, like anybody like from the hood or anybody, like you gonna feel like you disrespecting me. You think I'm stupid. Like that's how, like I see it, like where he was coming from or whatever. So it's like, you give me 30,000, like you short. I'm sure you short 10,000. So I'm like, yo, bro, like where's my bread? Like you're not about to play me. I just did you a favor, and I know I probably made you more than whatever you giving me or whatever for that club or whatever. People buying bottles or whatever. DaBaby coming through. Like, come on, give me my money. So I know where he's coming from. It's just he gotta like realize the position he's in now or whatever. Like, bro, like you can't be doing that. You should have, like, if you're gonna do that, like this how, like, for example, like if me and my niggas we on and we moving or whatever, like, and say somebody do that to Johnny or Tay or whatever, Johnny or Tay is not gonna go press the promoter, Yeah. You're gonna have people that like don't know, like our boys or whatever. Somebody like, yo, you go handle that. Or security, like, yo, go press this guy. Get like, find out where my money is or whatever. Because I can't afford to get in trouble right now. Or whatever. And then like, even if somebody else takes that fall, like now you're still on the road. You're still making money. Like the money's still coming. You're gonna be handled. Like I'm gonna bail you out. Like that's how. Like they like. And then it's like DaBaby. He should know to move like that. Like that's why I'm kind of surprised, because it's like I fucks with him and I know like he's a smart dude. So I was just kind of surprised that he was involved. And it's like, bro. And then like you got that big ass security guard that you always be with. Like, let that nigga handle, like, let somebody else handle it. Like, you rolling with niggas that people don't know. So it's just like, they could go beat the guy that got beat up. What he gonna say? Oh, it was DaBaby's It was DaBaby's It won't be that big in the media. Like nobody's really gonna care about it, because it's like, oh, DaBaby's entourage or People gonna be like, oh, how we even know that's really DaBaby's people? Like, I don't know. That's how I feel. He should have just moved smart about it. I was just kind of upset that he was the one like a part of it. That was him, like with the hoodie on, like standing over him, like right here. Right?
Just the video. I'm looking at TMZ
so
right
it's
now.
like, bro, come on, man. Like, and then I understand you want to like keep your street credit or whatever, because all right, like he's known for what, the shit in Walmart. He's known for knocking out the other dude or whatever.
Yeah,
so
the
now,
mall,
So now it's he feels like now you're gonna disrespect me. Nah, I'm not going out like that. Like I'm known for like handling mine and and getting away with it. So, but this situation was just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I just hope my dude is okay. Like,
same.
That's crazy.
Because keep in mind, I hope DaBaby's good too. Because the way I see this shit, like that's like all of you guys. Clearly, like he shouldn't have been involved in this shit. I think even the article we read said like it was one of his people that actually took the money from that nigga in the first place.
Yeah, that took $80.
So I mean, out of that alone, now that they put on DaBaby, so I don't really think DaBaby's gonna be in too much trouble for this. That's one, two. he always has great lawyers that help him out. That's one. He knows his rights. He's smart. He's a smart man, like Will says. So I ain't too worried about him. Mm-hmm. It's just like again, like Will said, like he's not in a new position. Mm-hmm. He's getting bigger now. He's getting more famous. So I think at this point, I think a lot of niggas will probably try to do some shit like this. Just to get a reaction out of him, so they can lead into something like this.
And then they could sue him, stop his bag or whatever. Like, cause how you saying like he got to be on the road getting his money. I see it as 2020 was probably gonna be like probably his last year or whatever, really doing shows like that, like how he's moving the way he's moving. I felt like by the end of 2020 he was gonna like chill out or whatever. Then 2021 he'll be one of them dudes like he could just do a tour. Chill, his business is gonna be right or whatever. So it's just stopping his bag right now, and it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, young rappers, man, upcoming rappers, really just when you get to that point where you get in the bag and you're getting a lot of money, you're doing this, that, and the third, just remember what's the bigger objective here.
But you said a lot of people go through it, like the Migos went through it, like Offset, Wildin' doing the hurt that punch off the stage. Everybody used to wild out, but you realize, once you start really realizing, like, oh yeah, I gotta get this money or whatever, and it's bigger than that, then you realize, like, a lot of people like been through this. They all have like chilled out. Like you could name at least 10 people that has been in trouble on the road just because of promoters or fans or anybody like just messing with them just to do some shit or just to sue them. Like it's crazy.
He gonna be alright though. I think so. I don't think he not. I don't even think he's gonna like even do jail time.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't even like really too pressed about it because I'm like, he's a smart dude. He got good lawyers. He always knows what to say. He knows how to speak. So it's not like he's one of these ignorant dumb niggas out here like popping pills, sounding retarded. And
putting that shit on IG. Like, man, this nigga just fucked this guy up right here, man.
I mean, they probably gonna look at his history like, oh, the Walmart shit, the guy in the Louis store, but it's just like all of that was self-defense. It's just like this is the only time he like probably initiated, but he felt disrespected. Like that's $10,000. Like the law,
that's your principle.
The judge, you gotta understand, bro. That's $10,000. It's not $5. It's not $100, bro. That's $10,000
that I work for.
Like I came and did you a favor, bro.
Yeah, so, just keep your head up, bro, and continue to learn from it. I just wanted to say, man, especially with this next topic, Rap Radar, man, y'all really leading the way for real for what we all try to do in this hip hop media thing. Because forget just with the Drake interview that they did that came out on Christmas, and that came out at the best time. Cause I remember my girl and I were going to a good friend of mine's house to spend like Christmas Eve with them. Christmas night with them after we had like seen family and stuff. And she was getting ready, and I remember I'm like laying down just on my phone checking, and I seen like the little logo with Rap Radar and an owl on it. So I'm like, this is interesting. So I like see like the little trailer. I'm thinking like, oh, this is like a trailer for like a Drake interview they got coming out. I'm like, oh, that's a lit salute. And then I seen a link. I'm like, oh, snap, it's out. Son. And I'm like, girl, you can take as long as you want. I'm going to sit here and watch this interview. I felt just like all the dudes who in my old neighborhood would be like, oh, word. Like, oh, this battle came out, this interview about to come out. Let me hurry home so I can roll up. Like, so I can indulge in this. I'm like, hold up. For me, the version of that was, hold on, let me get something to drink real quick. Let me get a snack so I can indulge in it. But yeah, I just gotta say the Drake Rap Radar interview was truly a masterclass in terms of like that's how you do an interview with an artist of that magnitude. And I know some folks was like, oh man, Joe Budden podcast, Drink Champs, this, that, and the third. Do I think Drake would have had a good interview with them? Do I think they would have did a good job? Absolutely. But Rap Radar did a great job. They did a great job, and they were the best guys to do that interview for. Point blank period. Like, because it wasn't even just a matter for Pastor AK about like, they asking softball questions or whatever, or making Drake feel bigger than what he is. It's a matter of knowing the magnitude of this moment. Drake rarely does interviews. Drake rarely says anything in general outside of the music, and even then, he'll only go so far in the music when he's talking about stuff. Yeah. So when you have that type of interview, for as much as I love the Joe Budden podcast and I respect Drink Champs and I respect, these other platforms out there, even if I don't check them out, the No Jumpers, the Everyday Struggles, and et cetera, you got to understand for a artist like Drake, you got to let him speak. You got to let him say what he has to say because you may not hear him say it again.
Yeah.
And you got to understand that art between I'm going to ask great questions. I'm going to learn when to challenge him here. I'm going to learn when to make him provoke his thought and really expand and do things more. And I just felt like, again, that interview was a masterclass in how to do it. And there is no other platform other than us, honestly, that would have did a better interview than Rap Radar. I ain't going to hold y'all.
You said better than us.
Yeah. Rap Radar and us would have. They have the best Drake interview now, and we're going to have the best Drake interview after them. Everybody else.
Big facts.
Everybody else, y'all just going to be good.
You manifest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But AK, what were your thoughts on the interview after seeing it blow up online?
My thoughts are pretty much this. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking okay, Rap Radar, and I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like the biggest fan of Rap Radar. I do like their interviews, I think what artists said, they're the best at letting the artist kind of talk. They were asking the right questions, kind of, and then they let the artist talk, and then they interact with them when they need to. But you know what I mean? They really let the artist talk, get their thoughts out, and all that shit, right? So I think with this Drake interview, Drake artist say he's one of the artists that you really just have to do that for, because they might not say it again. And I think with me, I was actually pretty impressed because they asked questions that I wanted to hear. And honestly, when people say, "Oh, maybe like a Joe Budden or a Drink Champs," unless Joe Budden is doing it on his
pull up,
his pull up shit. If he's doing it on the JBP, I think my issue with that one is Joe Budden on the pull up is gonna be more.
I feel like the podcast. I feel like it will be. I like the podcast, but I feel like it kind of be a little dick riding-ish.
I was thinking.
I feel like Joe will still do his thing.
I was personally feeling it would just be too many jokes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Jokes.
Like not dick riding, but that's what I meant. It would be too many jokes or whatever. Yeah, it would get off topic,
same thing with Drink Champs as well.
That too, because they drinking and drunk. They just
it's too many jokes. And Nori does a good job. But
for example, I went after the Drake joint. I went and watched the Joe Budden podcast when they had Pusha on it, but just the segment when they talked about Drake or whatever, and just that was just a good 20 minutes. But it kind of was jumping, they would bring something up, then it would go left, and then they would go back to it or whatever. So it was just with Drake, you probably with Rap Radar, like you said, they let them speak. So
and it had a good flow to where if you're talking about someone's career, you actually talk about the career. Yeah. And when it came to talk about confrontations, it's you spoke about confrontation. The one thing I would say that our interview would touch on, and why I feel like our interview would be just as good as Rap Radar's, if not better, is because I feel like our interview, especially with me asking the question, it would be about, I would ask straight up, let us know your psyche when you're in that competitive mode for when you got to go back and forth with somebody. Because I don't think one interview has touched on that yet. You guys have touched on the beefs, and we've learned more about, all right, this is how Back to Back came about. Okay, this is how I felt with Kanye Pusha did this. This is how I felt when I knew Pusha got me, so I decided to bow out. Those are great anecdotes. But nobody has asked, bro, when you realize that you're now in a battle, what happens to you mentally? What is that switch? What happens with the team? How does that come about? That's something that I would want to ask him and him break down. Because I feel like that would even open up another side to what we feel like is Drake the competitor in rap.
Yeah. I feel like he would more so if you was to ask, I feel like he'll bring up battle rap. Yeah, I know he studies battle rap or whatever. And from watching Tory Lanez on Drink Champs, the way he was explaining how Canada just absorbs everything from this side. There's we study everything. He was why you think I was ready to battle anybody? Cause we really study battle rap. And he was when me and Drake got cool, we would talk about stuff like that, how we just absorb. So I feel if you was asked, he'll probably say something yo, bro, I really study battle rap. But I think he said it. Like,
Yeah, he said it. Yeah.
But I think he would get more into it. Because the way you asked, I think he would, like, get more into it. I would want to know, too.
Yeah, just like, what, like, all right, like, when you knew that this Pusha thing was for real, what, like, just happened right away? Yeah. I think when you realized Meek was for real, what happened right away?
I think like the closest he even got to it.
Fuck these niggas, man. Fuck these niggas, bro. Fuck these, yo, Baka.
I was just enjoying a glass of wine. They know I'm an album mode, dog. They man.
But I think the closest he got to it too.
40
like,
open the studio, man. It's time.
Open that shit up. But like, he was like, that anytime, like when he heard it the first time, I think he was talking about Meek in particular. He's like, yo, like is this serious? He was saying on some shit like,
yo, is this for real?
Yeah, he's like, he didn't know if it was on some shit where it's like, alright, nigga just getting his emotions out, or if he's like, nah, he been waiting for this shit in the tub.
Yeah.
So I think from that alone, what I was able to get from him was like, okay, he's a conscious, like he's looking at every angle, like, okay, like, is it just emotional? If it's emotional, it's alright. Oh, but like if it's emotional, but he's like, he probably been playing this on for a minute. So I know there's a little bit of like paranoia, like too.
Because I think he said something like, I don't know, like if men's like be having like diss tracks tucked like waiting for this. So he just was like, I was just like gonna go, like he was like, how else can I show you besides like I'm not gonna go tweet or anything. Like, I'm gonna give you
charged up was the jab, and then I ain't gonna find that's such a flex to be like, yo, Serena Williams is with you in the studio.
Yo, that was so hard to me.
Yeah,
that's a flex.
She was like, if you do this, you have to finish him.
This was 2012.
You have to make sure that he has to hear this like everywhere.
Yo, that's a
I'm like, yo.
Drake probably looked at LeBron.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
I'm gonna do this.
You're right.
I got you.
You're right.
I got you.
You're right.
You're right.
Six things.
That's crazy.
Did I feel you? No,
it's crazy, man.
But you know what's But you know what's funny though? I think another person.
If anybody
Did
know.
I fail you? I hate this nigga.
If anybody know.
But nah, I know. I think another person though that can actually like do the interview aside from us, Rap Radar. I think we have to be Charlamagne. I feel even though Charlamagne might hate Drake, I feel let me not say hate Drake as in he hates some other person.
He's been a critic, but he's been better. He's been better about it in recent years.
But I think he's one of the more, how I put it, like out of everybody, I feel he's the one that probably get the best. I mean, outside from us, obviously, probably get one of the best Drake interviews out because one, like he's not biased. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's not biased. He's able to tell you like what it is. He's done with Drake 1,000 times before too. Yeah. So I think for me, I think this seemed like somebody like Drake and Charlamagne together. If you know the history behind them, you know how they feel about each other. You know that they have. Because then
with Charlamagne, I know Charlamagne would get more into like I want to hear more like that interview with Rap Radar. He talked about Wayne a lot. Yeah. And that's what I like. But I want to hear like more like about, and I feel like Charlamagne would ask. Like more about the whole Wayne and Birdman situation. I know Drake didn't really want to touch on it, but I feel like he would ask a question like where were you, like how did you feel in that situation or whatever, and like who was you really like? He was like, who was you running with? Like I feel like he'll ask like who was you riding with? Even though he's probably gonna say both, but we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. I think another thing with Charlamagne too is that like I think we probably get into what like Arnold was talking about too, with the sense that like. Yeah, he's gonna get that mental health, emotional aspect out of you more than I think an interview with Elliot and B-Dot can. And no disrespect to Elliot and B-Dot. I think what they did for this is it's honestly been one of the best Drake interviews I've seen in a long time. I mean, even though your interview is one of the best I've seen in a long time.
That joint is an Avengers movie long.
But like he got to talk, and it was really shit that they talked about on that interview that I never thought he would bring up. Yeah, because that's how knowing how Elliot and B-Dot is. That's like
I didn't expect like even. I mean, Drake kind of got nervous when they asked. You could tell because I watched the interview like 3 times so far. When they asked about like his label situation, like he kind of didn't want to say what he was, like he stuttered or whatever, but he said it or whatever. So I was like, oh, they really asking like everything.
And that's what you gotta do. And that's why before I get this back to AK. And that's why I'm saying like before giving back to AK as we move on to our final topic, why the Rap Radar interview was the best interview for Drake, because those guys knew how to ask a bunch of questions that not only we wanted to know, but we needed to know. And you give Drake the opportunity to really answer that. And it's like when we talk about boxing when it comes to questions and like, and you know, might sound like a little flex by me, but like as somebody that's interviewed so many people over the years, I've interviewed a bunch of up and coming people, but I've also interviewed future NBA draft picks, McDonald's All-Americans. I've interviewed Hall of Fame coaches. You got to understand the difference between knowing when the interview has to be very conversational, like we've had here at times, to where based on the guest, it's like, all right, we need to do an interview, like
let them talk,
back and forth, let them really get their truth off, real talk when we feel like it's necessary. And that doesn't mean we're being soft. It's just, you got to understand there's time and place for how an interview needs to be. And for Drake, for artists like Drake, it has to be that this is on you. We're going to ask the questions that the fans want to hear. We're going to ask the questions that the fans need to hear. We're going to tell you it in a way to where you understand it. We're going to mix in questions. We'll mix it into where it challenges you, right? To make you know it's not just all sweet. It's not all just sour. And I think that's why the label questions help. That's why I like the Pusha questions help. And certain things about like his inner feelings helped, because it's like you thought you was getting comfortable, and there's certain parts of the interview where Drake is getting comfortable, he's drinking the wine, he's joking, and then he asks him the right question, and then he goes, well,
you gotta really think about it.
And I was like, yes! I'm like, challenge his ass.
Yes, because you see like he's like looking up, and I'm like, damn, you can't look him in the eyes. He thinking about
I'm like, you gotta switch it up on him.
One thing I liked about the interview, he was like on some like he was really talking his shit like about Pusha. Like he was shitting on him.
Man, yo, I got my issue with that one.
He's like, man, these guys never outside, man. I'm outside. Like I never seen them outside unless.
And he was saying that too, just about rappers in general. He was like, I really live the rapper lifestyle.
I just want to say this,
like I'm
man.
here.
Like this shit, the shit that I think is my only dislike about the whole Pusha situation. Not Pusha, my bad. Not him talking about Pusha on the interview is the fact that I think he said something like that, like, oh, like nobody really checking for Pusha if you know, like talking about like the competition of rap. The way I'm understanding it, he's saying like, yo, if you really be rapping, nobody really checking for Pusha. If you really like rap, nobody checking for Pusha. To me, that's stupid, because I think he was trying to like conflate his superstardom with Pusha kinda. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, look, nah, people are checking for Pusha just because you're not a superstar. If you're talking about like, yo, it's the competition of rap, you're talking about rapping against each other. Niggas really be checking for Pusha. Niggas know what Pusha's pen can do. Just because you want to be like, oh yeah, niggas not checking for him. You're talking about it from like, oh, we're gonna look at this from a superstar perspective. We're gonna look at this like who got the most hits on Billboard, blah 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 blah, or the other bullshit. And yeah, you're probably right. But you're talking about like competition, about rapping, about being a fucking MC. Niggas checking for Pusha, and that's the only thing that I feel like, you know what? I think Elliot and B that kind of could have like.
But he was like, dudes, he's like, it's not believable.
Yeah, that's what they said that, but it's like, yo.
He said, nah, what are you like? Wow,
and they had a good retort, because they was like, didn't you buy the mic? He was like, yeah, I actually still have it upstairs.
That's kind of like still shitting on him though.
Yeah, he's still shitting on him. It's upstairs.
Yeah, it's upstairs, bro.
That's still shitting on him. But my thing is like, yo, you can still shit on somebody, yeah, especially if you don't like them. But I think if you want to start talking about like ability, because he's the one person that said, like, you know, like, yo, I'm gonna give it up to every. He even did it in the fucking interview, like, yo, he may not fuck with y'all, but he's gonna give it up to you if you got it. You feel me? I think my main thing was that, like, yo, you can't be talking about the competition of rap, the sport of rap, and then be like, yeah, nobody really checking for Pusha, even though niggas should be knowing rap.
Check him.
Nope, exactly. That's my only issue with it.
I was just happy he still maintained it, like the same tone. She was like, look, like, hey man, he pulled off a hell of a move on me. Like that, and that's how I knew, and that's how I know Drake watches sports, cause like that's what dudes say. Like if you like get a game winner hit on you, like, yo, I was right there, but he hit a good shot on me. If I'm supposed to do, like, you win some, you lose some.
He hit that Damian Lillard.
Yeah, like for literally Pusha did hit the Damian Lillard. Yeah, and I was happy Drake continued saying it. He was like, yo, he did it. He did it.
And that was one thing Pusha kept saying in the butt and shit. Like, he was like, Drake won't admit that I got one up on him. But Drake admitted it now.
Yeah,
like, yo, he was like, yo, he
Drake
got one. He was like,
yeah.
I didn't release that track. He's like, people think it's a whole myth about that whole song. But he was like, there is a song, but like, I just couldn't release it.
Not only did he get the one up on me, but he took me out of character. He was about to make me play his game. And this is something I remember saying with you when the beef was happening. I was like, bro, I'm like, you lost because you decided to fight a fight that's not your fight. I remember saying vividly, I was like, Drake was the professional in-ring fighter that thought he could fight a world-class street fighter and got his ass whooped. I'm like, you got to bring the fight back into the ring. I'm like, you thought you could fight his fight and then you realize that's not you. So you threw the gloves down. But either way, it was a hell of an interview. There was a lot to learn from that. The final topic I wanted to touch on before wrapping up was Ari Lennox was trending on Twitter a day or two ago because there was a viral tweet that came out that said, I think it was to the effect of what? It's incredible that Tiana Taylor and Ari Lennox have sex appeal,
but also look like
Rottweilers, and that caused like an uproar on Black Twitter. Black women not only just defending Ari, but again just giving us and tweeting the whole historical aspect and this, that, and the third. And all I'm gonna say is, right, because this could be a touchy subject.
It was very touchy.
I'm being careful.
I'm being careful. I would like this. I would like this to be quick. All I'm saying is, two wrongs don't make a right. It's wrong for people to go after black women the way they do.
Yes.
But it's also wrong when y'all just the other week went after black men and was literally calling them the same thing, comparing them to animals.
I'm glad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. Like,
no, it's facts.
You can't have your cake and then try to eat another cake. You can't play the victim card all the time when y'all already have, and this is the black woman only, y'all already have other situations where you guys are literally the victims wrongfully. This is not one of those times where you're wrongfully a victim. And to Ari, I will say, this is another case of you, like we've talked about on the show, of you focusing on the wrong things. Ari Lennox, from black people in general, you get a bunch of love. You get way more love than you do hate or criticism. Why are you focusing on this? How about you make more videos championing those that champion you instead of just focusing on this? And black women going to the defense of Ari, don't you dare pull off that nonsense, because there was another viral tweet that came out like, oh, you don't see other races call their women Rottweilers and animals. How do you know? How do you know? And by the way, you're wrong. You're wrong. White men have, since the start of time, have called their white women absolutely terrible things. And have killed them and done a bunch of stuff. A bunch of things.
Trash bag whores.
Yeah. Spanish motherfucking men have done terrible and said terrible things to their women. The only race that might not have that much is Asian men with Asian women. And honestly, and that's based on, I know a little bit. And that's based on the power dynamic back home, because it's been growing studies about how more Asian women have been coming over to the United States to work and send over money home because the power dynamic has changed. Asian men are becoming like the motherly figures back home because more Asian women are leaving their homes to work. Is sending bread. So that's actually a little something I know. I just put y'all on game. But even then, you got Haitian men who get busy with the toxicity when they're able to.
They got that future they beast right now. Like.
Yes. So I say all that to say, just if anybody want to touch on it, if not, we can wrap up.
Touch on it real quick, yeah.
Again, two wrongs don't make it right. Folks are definitely wrong for comparing Ari Lennox and other black women to look like animals, but black women, you're wrong for doing the same. And it doesn't help us as a group when we're trying to advance as a people when we continue to do a whole bunch of infighting, because that whole bunch of infighting you can't always want to place on the white man. Sorry, we gotta help each other out. You don't look like an animal, and I don't look like an animal.
Yeah, I mean that's the answer to Arden's point right here. One, yes, 100% right about the animal shit. I think that double standard shit is a big thing. Cause no lie, I've seen that Pitbull tweet a couple of times on the TL. Even before this other shit happened, I just looked at it. Was like, you know what? I don't feel like saying shit. Cause the type of shit that if I was supposed to say something, even me being a man, whatever, like, it's not taken that seriously. For obvious reasons. Don't get me wrong. I get it, right? But yeah, 2 wrongs don't make it right. You can't. The Pitbull shit wasn't right. The Rottweiler shit isn't right either. Point blank. Period. Don't be calling me no fucking animal. I'm not gonna call you no animal. We're gonna leave it as is. The one that I kind of don't disagree on though is Ari Lennox shit, because when I saw the video, I don't think Ari Lennox was crying or feeling sad about herself. Honestly, the way I heard the video, I understood the video. It was more like
black men coming at black women.
Not when black men coming at black women, more like a community. Like how Ari was saying, like, yo, we gotta like come together.
Yeah.
That's how I saw her video more so like yo, like, let's stop the infighting shit. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's stop the dissing each other shit. Let's really let's come together as a people. And that's how I saw and understood her video. So I'm gonna show her a bail on that one. I'm gonna see what her video was about. Less so about it being about her, but more so about the community. I just think she's just obviously felt very emotionally invested in it.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. But like, yeah, like, you're not no fucking animals. None of us here are fucking animals. Black women, y'all beautiful, y'all are queens. We treat y'all as such. We love y'all from the bottom of our hearts. Like,
stop letting Twitter F y'all head up and acting like black men don't love black women, bro.
That's like a small.
That's for black. That's black multimillionaires who don't love y'all.
And then, like, some people just be trying to go viral on Twitter. Like some probably was trying to go viral with a tweet. Like
they do.
That's the one.
Like that. Yeah, like
that's the one thing I'm gonna write to Twitter before we write this. I want to talk to Twitter and be like, look, I know this might be impossible, but y'all gotta fix these algorithms and stop allowing some of these trash ass tweets to go viral.
Son.
There's a lot of trash tweets that go viral, and I'm a base off the fact that I think a lot of these profiles are fake. Fam, I be seeing some of these tweets go viral. Johnny, I kid you not. They got motherfucking 500 followers, 8 combined photos and videos, and like 60 tweets.
Fam,
with no location.
How do you think it be fake? There's just one.
You're not real.
I'm like, yo, how I can't go viral? I got more followers. I've been on Twitter since like 2009. Like, what the fuck? Like, I tweet some funny shit that don't go viral. Like, yo, I'm good.
Nah, you know what's funny? The fucking what's that shit called again? Yeah, I was just talking about that shit. That shit that went viral. That shit. I just lost my fucking train of thought. I don't remember the shit after it though. It's okay. Shit, but fuck it.
Before we wrap up, I mean, we can't get into it, but I know you don't like academics, but he kind of been smoking Nav in the media.
Look, man, I don't want to say this. First of all, I am a Nav fan. We're gonna stop the Nav fan.
No, I'm a Nav fan too, but he's smoking Nav because Nav tried to come at the media, so he's trying to say you can't. Like he randomly tweeted like, "Oh, academics is a dick rider."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So then Ack is like, "Bro, like, how am I a dick rider or a dick sucker when you're mad that the media doesn't pay attention to you?" And academics feels like, "Yo, I'm media or whatever," and a lot of these dudes be feeling a certain type of way about media dudes, but they won't say shit to the rappers that they be subbing and shit all the time. And he was like, Nav, you're a dick rider. He was like, anything Uzi says, like, you agree with it. Like, Uzi tweeted, "Oh, I haven't had sex since 2018. Nav retweets it. Me neither. Nav, when Uzi said, "Oh, I'm done with rapping," Nav tweets, "Oh, if Uzi's done with rapping, I'm done too." So academics has been flaming him like, "Yo, bro, like if you calling me a dick rider, you're dick riding like Uzi." Yeah, like he was smoking him, bro. He was like, don't get mad, because he's like, when you first came out, nobody knew what you looked like. There was just one picture of you. It was like a yearbook picture. You was hiding your face. You didn't want to be in the media. Now you're driving your Lambo trucks up to clubs and restaurants, walking out with big chains, and you're mad that nobody takes pictures of you.
I'm gonna keep it 100. My bad. But I thought that line that he was like, "Oh yeah, I want people to pay attention to me. Oh yeah, like Drake gave me a pretzel one time and I ate it." But even though I thought all that shit was like some shit some nigga made. Yeah, some shit some nigga made.
It was like a real, like Nav really said that shit. Because academics posted he posted the article and said like showed what he said or whatever, and he was like, "Bro, like you can't call me a dick rider when you're dick riding the media and dick riding Lil Uzi and shit." Like, I don't know, it's crazy, but
yeah, it's insane, man. But hey, thank you so much for
shit is wild.
It's crazy, man. It's wild times. we don't even know how many more episodes we're gonna get before World War III starts. But
that's right. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much for listening to episode 103 of the Foresight Podcast. Again, follow us on social media at Foresight Pod. We're available for your consumption on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Check out our writing on medium.com/@ForesightWrites. And this is going to be great saying in this year, considering when the guys actually come home. For the guys up top, for the guys down low, you already know how we are rocking, man.
December 2020.
Woo!